Corey Rose, Jordan Chavez, Erica Lopez, and Ed Green with you this morning.
Good morning, everybody. As you can see, things a lot different than what we experienced yesterday.
Bounty in the garage, but my wife uses Viva, yeah.
Okay.
Bounty in the garage, you have it in stock?
Like oil
No, I mean, that's when I do all my stuff, you know,
Okay.
I'm changing my oil and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Fair. That's a fair assessment. Yeah, okay.
And Viva, that's the brand that they're going for. Anyway, as far as our weather goes, though, you're right. It's going to clear up. It's going to be very nice today. We're going to see lots of sunshine around here. We're going to start to warm up the temperatures. This time, we're going to get into the 70s. We have not been in the 70s since November 16th of last year. This week, I think we do it maybe twice instead of even once. 34 degrees is where we sit right now. We've got mostly 30s over the eastern plains, 20s and 30s for the high country, all the way to the western slope. You can see Grand Junction also at 35 degrees, as is Greeley. We're taking a look at 57 degrees today. Mostly sunny skies. Will be a little breezy at times, though. A little breezy tonight with a low of tomorrow with high of 67. Then on Thursday, 72 degrees with mostly sunny skies. We're 74 on Friday. Rockies opening day, sunny to partly sunny skies. And then here comes the weekend, and we do have a weather change. Cooling into the 50s with a chance of rain showers, a thunderstorm, maybe even a snow shower.
And we want to get you right out to Sky 9. They are over that westbound I-70 crash in Colfax that we have been talking about all morning long. Really our first time getting a good look at this one. We can see an officer on scene, another emergency vehicle, and it looks like the car is actually facing the wrong direction of the road here. As they zoom out, we can see more emergency vehicles blocking things off. We're down to one lane open on westbound I-70 in Colfax on the west side of town in the Golden area. So if you're going to be traveling this way, likely going to be adding to delays. So again, we've been following this pretty much since we got on the air, but really our first time getting a good look at it thanks to Sky 9. Let's take you over to our co-trip camera here. I want to show you this one because we are dealing with delays on southbound I-25. We're dealing with a crash right around Quincy. It's between Hamden and 225. And so these are the residual delays. We've had a left lane blocked. It's hard to make out, but you can kind of still see some flashing lights right up there. But they adjusted the camera just to kind of show us the backup, which is looking significant. We want to bring you over to the graphics to give you some context as to where these two crashes are. So southbound I-25 between Hamden and 225 right around Quincy, and then that westbound I-70 in Colfax. Aside from that, pretty much green elsewhere. No delays just yet coming into Commerce City.
All right, Erica, thank you. Today, nearly 3 years after the confrontation, a former Aurora cop will go to trial for repeatedly pistol whipping a suspect. This happened in July of 2021. Body camera footage shows former Aurora officer John Hobart repeatedly hitting and choking Kyle Vinson. At the time, he was suspected of trespassing and he was unarmed. The video also shows Hobart pointing his gun at Vinson's head. Hobart is charged with assault in the case. He resigned from the Aurora Police Department. Another officer on scene, Francine Martinez, has already gone on trial for failing to stop Hobart. She received the minimum sentence, 6 months of house arrest. At the time, Vinson's lawyer said that he hopes the sentence sends a message.
This is a very strong reminder of the core duty that all law enforcement officers have, and they had ever since the first day that they chose this profession to protect and serve. And those who decide in instances like this that they're not going to fulfill that duty, they're going to face consequences.
Hobart's trial is scheduled to start at 8:30 this morning in Arapahoe County, and it is set to last about a week.
An update this morning out of Westminster. Police say they have arrested the driver they say intentionally hit and killed a man with his truck on Saturday night. 40-year-old August Romero was taken into custody on a first-degree murder charge. Police say the suspect and victim, 52-year-old Robbie Valenzuela, had an altercation before Romero intentionally ran into Valenzuela near 84th and Federal. Robbie's wife, Yvette, says he was running a quick errand and said he would be right back. That was the last time she says the two spoke.
Robbie was a very great man. He had a heart of gold. All day yesterday he said, life is too short. You gotta enjoy it, right? Gotta enjoy it.
Police are still looking for the truck. It is a 2016 black Dodge Ram with Colorado license plate EEIA89. A couple of other distinguishing marks to look for: a flag, sticker, or imprint on the back middle window, and storage areas above the rear wheel wells. Anyone with information is asked to call Westminster Police at 303-658 4360. The number is there on your screen as well. Meanwhile, police in Aurora are still looking for the driver who hit a 6-year-old after she stepped off an RTD bus on Friday. And this morning, the family of the girl are offering up a reward to find that driver. It happened in a neighborhood just west of Buckley Space Force Base. Police say Navy King started to cross the street when a pickup truck hit her and then kept going. Navy is out of the hospital. She's recovering. She's covered right now in road rash and bandages.
Whoever's out there, you hit a child and you kept going. We are her protectors. We're supposed to be there for her.
I love that they all love me, and I love that they all take care of me.
What a sweetheart. Police say they really don't have much to go on right now. They just know the driver was in a dark-colored truck with tinted windows. Navy's family is offering a $5,000 reward for any information that leads to an arrest.
New this morning, Douglas County deputies need help identifying this guy. They say he threatened a bus driver. Deputies say he jumped on at Centennial and South Broadway and Highlands Ranch. They say he seemed angry, thinking the driver wasn't going to stop for him. Then at the next stop, he threatened the driver for not going the way he wanted. He made a move that made the driver believe he may have had a weapon. And if you have any information about this person, you are asked to call the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. Also new this morning, RTD is adding safety shields to each of their buses as an extra layer of protection for bus drivers to keep them safe from riders. 9 News reporter Brianna Fernandez joins us live from Denver. Brianna, what can people expect to see now on buses?
Yeah, so when you see these new safety shields, right away they look like plexiglass. They're laminated, see-through. The only difference that RTD says that you'll notice about these new safety shields is that they have a steel door, they're sturdier and heavier. So if you take a look at your screen, this is what the new safety shields will look like. So as of this year, as of February of 2024, 128 of their older bus fleet have already installed these new safety shields. By June, RTD hopes to have 250 of their buses completed, and any new fleet of buses that will come in will already have these safety glass. So with operator assaults on the rise, RTD wanted to add that extra layer of protection. So while the shields are not bulletproof, they are engineered to withstand liquids or objects that are thrown at bus operators during a ride or even attacks. So the shield separates them from the rest of the bus and can easily open and close depending on the driver's comfort.
I think our operators really feel a lot safer with that. It gives them just a little extra protection, and I think our customers will feel safe too, knowing that our operators are protected and don't have to worry about being distracted by someone getting on the bus and doing something disrespectful.
So RTD is looking at other changes to protect their bus operators. They want to bring in more sworn-in officers, mental health specialists, as well as homeless outreach specialists as well. So they want to have that by 2024, hopefully by the end of this year. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. For now, I'm live in Denver. Brianna Fernandez for 9 News.
And maybe this added layer of protection can help recruit more drivers for RTD as well, because we know that's important to them. Brianna, thank you.
By this time next year, Florida could be one of the most lenient states for abortion or one of the strictest. Their high court is letting voters decide. 2 new rulings from the court lay out different paths for abortion in the state. One lets a 6-week ban take effect May 1st. That's before most people know they're pregnant. The other ruling lets voters override that law with a ballot measure in November. It would enshrine abortion rights in the state constitution, upholding a 15-week ban. The amendment will need approval from 60% of voters to pass. Former President Donald Trump will not have his assets seized while his New York civil fraud case is under appeal. He posted a $175 million bond to prevent the seizure. Before last week's ruling to lower it, the bond was $454 million and increasing by more than $100,000 every single day that it was unpaid. If Trump doesn't win the appeal, he will have to pay more than $450 million in the case. Convicted murderer Alex Murdaugh will spend 40 years in prison for stealing millions of dollars from his law firm and clients. His sentence is on top of the 2 life sentences he's currently serving for the murders of his wife and son. Murdaugh will also have to pay victims nearly $9 million in restitution. Last year, he pleaded guilty to nearly 24 charges of conspiracy, fraud, and money laundering.
New this morning, pit bull owners in Aurora might have to give them up soon. This comes 3 years after a ban on the breed was lifted by City Council, but it turns out they didn't have the power to do that. Within the past week, a judge reinstated the ban, but it's not clear if the city is enforcing it. As of this morning, Aurora hasn't made any changes to animal restrictions on their website.
And one thing you want to know about the weather, pretty good week coming up. Look at today, mostly sunny skies. We'll see temperatures in the 50s and low 60s along the Front Range. And tomorrow we'll keep the sunshine around and be even warmer by about 10 degrees generally across the Front Range.
Ed, thank you. Right now, I bring you some good news, at least to our southbound I-25 crash we've been following in the area of Quincy between Hamden and 225. In the last couple seconds here, I've been watching this camera. It just cleared out. We still have some stop and go filtering out because we were down to only a couple right lanes open. But again, this one is clear. Still following that westbound I-70 crash in the Golden area at Colfax, and that one is still causing delays.